Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing this evening? Hanging in there. I was laying down, going to take me a nap. Then I said, if I take a nap, I might oversleep on this 23rd day of Vlogmas. And I didn't want to go past midnight, because if I go once you go past midnight, that means it's going to be the 24th day of Vlogmas. And so I said, okay, let me stay up, throw something on real quick, and come up here and talk to the AAG team. You know what I found out? Excuse me, y'all, got a cup of coffee, trying to stay awake. In my comments, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I saw something about AAG team, and I clicked on it. I said, oh my goodness, somebody else got the same name as us. But they're saying AAG, which I don't know what theirs stand for, because I didn't get that far, but I think it's some kind of church or some kind of organization or something like that. And then in some places it'll say AAG Team Works. And then places it would say AAG Team. But when I clicked on that link in my comments, it went straight to them. And they have a lot of different hashtags, so I don't know what the story is over there. So we may have to change our name, y'all, so we'll know who we are. This cup of coffee is kind of strong, y'all. You know, I just had a couple of sips. It is strong. It don't taste like I put no sugar in it at all. But I don't need any more sugar. I'm still trying to stick to my diet. But remember that candy my granddaughter gave me? This is what's left, y'all. I couldn't just have... Well, between today and yesterday, this is what I ate. Because I did eat some today when I was walking around doing something. Matter of fact, I cooked me some pork chops today. I didn't have any starch. I just cooked pork chops. I didn't put bread on them or anything. I just put them in the oven with some hot sauce on it and let it rip. And that was it. And so I ate one. Matter of fact, I haven't had dinner yet. So I got another one in there that I plan to eat. But you know what? Some people say, old wives' tales say that pork make you have bad dreams at night. So I don't need no bad dreams. But I'm going to be hungry. I got to eat. But I mean, you know, I might change my mind about the pork chops. I might make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I don't know how that jelly is. How long does jelly last? Which actually, I think it's, wait a minute. I think it's strawberry. It's Smuckers. Strawberry. I don't think I have any jelly. Yes, I do. But it's probably had it. Look at that. It's been in there for like, and forever. Well, it's been a long time since I had peanut butter and jelly. And here's my Smuckers. Strawberry Smuckers. I don't know. I gotta look. It don't look bad. I don't see any, I don't see any mold or anything on it. So, and it's preserved. I remember my mother used to make stuff like that when we were down south. She used to make like a plum preserve or something like that. Peach preserves and stuff like that. And they would last a long time. But I can't remember when I bought either one of those. As a matter of fact, just last week I said I had to go through there, or a week before last, I got to go through there to check to see what's good and what's not good. But if it boils right down to it, I don't think it would hurt me. If there is mold on it, scrape it off, keep it moving. Because I'll tell you, when we was growing up, we ate a lot of stuff that people don't eat today. We did not have, oh, here comes the heat. Just when I get up here to talk to the AAG team. Why? And I'm not even cold. I got a sweater back here, but I don't even have the sweater on. But yet, here comes the heat. That's the way that heat rolls, y'all. It comes on when you don't need it. But when you get real cold, it will not. You got to mess with it. You got to turn it up, kick it up a notch to make it come on. But like I was saying, when we were down south, we did not have refrigeration. Now, this is when I was growing up. Don't forget, I'm 77 years old. We didn't have refrigeration. And I remember we had an ice box. And an ice box, if none of you know what it is, it's when the iceman would come around and bring a big block of ice. Now, the ice box was something like a refrigerator, but it was not electrical. And so he bring the ice to your house. You had to pay for it. You had to buy ice back in the day. And it would be like a big block of ice. And I'll tell you what, my mother chip a little piece of ice off, give you a little piece of ice. We were happy about that piece of ice. We didn't have a lot, but what we had, we appreciated. Kids today got a world almost in the palm of their hands and they don't appreciate it. But anyway, we had this ice box, and sometimes, I think she had to put like a burlap sack or something, to put the ice on and put it in this ice box. They called it an ice box. Put it in the ice box, just in case something melted, you would have it to that burlap sack to sort of catch the water, from the ice. And we would have ice for a while, it would last quite a while. We'd put it in our Kool-Aid, get a glass of ice water, and we just enjoyed that. And I remember we didn't have no running water in the house. Forget it. We did not have running water inside of the house or outside of the house. Now, when we lived in this little house that I used to call it the bitty coop, or either the rabbit box or something like that, because the house was so small. You had like 2 rooms in the front, 2 rooms in the back, so it was like a square house. But they had doors, the house had doors and it had windows. And it was just like that, shaped like a box. And we did not have water inside of the house. We had a pump. You seen the pump that you pump with your hand? You have to. You still see them sometimes on a farm. Sometimes you'll see a pump, and then we would have to take water sometimes to pour into the pump, so to get the water to come up. Because the water was coming from the ground. And I never understood exactly how that worked. I guess the water they must have had some kind of filtration. Because we didn't get no mud or dirt or anything like that in the water. So it must have had to go through something before we drank it. And then you pour this water inside of the pump to get it started, And then you pump. And the water would be so delicious. In a way of speaking, it was like getting water from a well. If you ever had water from a well, well, we had water from a well. And we drank that water, and that water had little wiggly tails, what they call them, wiggle tails. And then somebody said they were tadpoles, but I never really knew what they were. But I know we used to, have a bucket to go down there in the well, put the bucket up with the water. You had a dipper or something to dip the water out, and the little wiggle tails would be in there swimming around like little tadpoles. We didn't care. We didn't drink the tadpole, but we drank that water. We probably did drink a couple of tadpoles. I don't know, y'all. But those were the days. We didn't have like kids got today. We didn't have anything. I remember when we went to the play at night at the school. I don't know if I told this story or not. But go to the play, they had what they call school closing. And we would have to, the teachers would prepare a program. And everybody, all the parents and the family would come out to the program. And everybody didn't have a car. So we had to walk. I don't know, it might have been a mile or 2, I don't know, to the program. And it would be at night. And we would have kerosene lamps lined on the sides of the walls in the school so that you could see, to light up the room at night. And we did not have an auditorium. No, the school just had 2 rooms, thank you. We was appreciative of the 2 rooms. Now, one room was bigger than the other room, and it had a big pot belly stove up in there, and that's how we got our heat. We had to either put, I think it was coal for the most part. They would give us some coal and put in the heater, or maybe some wood. I don't know. It would burn either one, the wood or the coal. But anyway, you go to the school at night, and you had this big room. One of the rooms had a stage. That's where we would perform. And they would always, and it seemed like to me that teacher would always give me a part because I had memory. And I could remember it. But when I got up on stage, I remember one time when I was playing the part of a mother. And that part was real, I guess I got a little stage fright. And one of my friends, matter of fact, she's still my friend today, but I just don't see, you have a friend, you don't see them all the time anymore after you get older. In fact, she lives right here where I live, right in the same city. But she was my daughter in the play. And I forgot when I was supposed to speak. And so she hunched me to let me know when I was supposed to speak. And then the teacher would be standing over there in the wings in case somebody forget their part. And she would, sort of nudge them on and everything like that. It was fun. You think about those things today that you appreciate. I never went to a movie. Yes, I did. One time we went to a movie because my mother by this time had a friend, and he took us to the movie, all 5 of us. And I got mad at myself because I fell asleep in the movie. I was a kid. I couldn't stay awake. I fell asleep. And so that was the only time that I remember going to the movies until I came up north. And came up north, then you would go to the movies. This was a thing, for the young people to do. They would go to the movies. But now, I remember when I went to see, excuse me, y'all. I went to see The Butler. And I heard a gunshot. I was like, we were just coming in. The movie, it was at the beginning of the movie. Me and my sister was together that particular day. And it was a matinee. And at the beginning, I think it was the dad that got, his dad, the butler, had gotten killed or something. Something had happened at the beginning of the movie. I forget now. It's been many, many years ago. I got to watch the movie again. But as we were coming into the movie theater, their gunshot. We didn't have to worry about that back in the day, y'all. We didn't have to worry about all that. We didn't have to worry about walking home at night by themselves. There would be a lot of people walking out there because some of us were going this direction and some would go the other direction because kids, lived in a certain radius, and so there was someone always out there. The adults was out there. That was fun. That was what you call fun. These are memories that you have from a child. And I guess y'all wondering what I'm talking about, why I'm telling you all this. Well, actually, like I was saying, those were the good old days. And so, and Christmas, when Christmas came up, and we didn't have anything for Christmas, I knew that we weren't going to get anything for Christmas. On this particular Christmas, that's the only Christmas that I can remember that we didn't get anything. Now, mind you, my mother had 5 kids. She raised us all by herself, never had help from the welfare or nothing. And my dad, like I said, he had been gone on. He left and went somewhere. And we didn't hear from him anymore until, he was on his deathbed. And this particular Christmas, I knew I wasn't going to get anything. And that particular time, my grandmother still lived down home. But for the most part, she lived up north. My grandmother, my mother's mother, for the most part. She would live like, sometimes she would live down south, sometimes she'd come up north, because she had kids and both, her children. One uncle, he lived up here, and then there was another aunt, my mother's sister. They, there was a brother and a sister that lived up north. And so my grandmother used to come up north sometime to live, and sometimes she would stay down south. And so this particular Christmas, I spent the night with my grandmother, but I knew, it was Christmas Eve, and I knew that we weren't going to get anything for Christmas, even though my mother didn't tell me. I don't know how the heck I knew then, but we didn't get anything. I think maybe it was that Christmas that the boys got a football and me and my sister got a basketball. Maybe it was that Christmas. I can't pinpoint it. And that, that's the way it was. But what did it do? It left memories. It was good memories. And to appreciate the little things in life, not the big things in life. If you got the biggest mansion in life, I don't know if I'm explaining this right to y'all or not. You can have a big mansion, 22,000 feet, whatever, how big it is, and the biggest swimming pool, 50 cars in a garage, and you're still not happy? What makes you happy is those little things. It's the little things that makes you happy. Believe it or not. Your chances are you're going to remember something small that affected you when you was a child, that you remember, and you're going to remember how happy you were. This is why I say enjoy your children when they're small. Read them a book. Tell them about the Lord's Prayer. Tell them about the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And let them know that greed is the ungodly sin. For you to be walking around, not you per se, whoever's listening to me in my earshot, I'm just saying for the person that's a billionaire, to have all that money and to see people that don't have nothing and you don't share it with them. You don't share. Some people got all this millions stashed up, probably in a safe or in some kind of, strong box or what you call that thing in the post office? They put in the bank, they put it in there, the bank deposit. I don't know what they call it, but anyway, I can't think of that right now. But when you don't share what you have, may the Lord have mercy on your soul. That's all I got to say. But anyway, I ain't here to preach, y'all. I was just trying to tell you a little bit of something that happened to me in my childhood. So how you doing this evening? I'm hanging in there, y'all. I just got a little carried away and, But anyway, I'm having me a cup of coffee. And this very cup right here, my granddaughter gave me maybe 9-10 years ago. It's a whole set. I still got the whole set. But I bring it out every now and then to, drink out of it. And it's Christmas. And there's 4 of them. But they all have different designs on the 4 cups. I'll show you. It's like a tree, so a tree. I can't show you because it's way back here. Wait a minute. I don't know if you can see it. I think I may have shown it. See that? Right there. There's 3 cups there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Everything is so dark in that little corner. And I got a little bit more coffee in the pot. And that's about it, y'all. Got my pork chop in the refrigerator I got to take out. But I'm debating whether or not to actually eat the pork chop or to just make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But to tell you the truth, I really don't feel that hungry right now. And it's almost, 8 o'clock? I really don't feel that hungry. I had a bag of macaroni, not macaroni, microwave popcorn, and I ate half of that. That popcorn just don't taste like it used to. Pop Secret used to be the master of popcorn. But now it too tastes different. But I did eat half of the bag, and I'll probably eat some more of that. And I'm gonna get rid of this so I don't have to keep looking at it. I should have made me some cookies. But then I said, no, that'd be too many. I have to have something small and not have it in the house. But like they say, I'm a big girl now. I mean, willpower. And I'm not making any New Year's resolutions to break. You know, I used to have New Year's resolution. I used to try to make 10, what I was going to do in the new year. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop doing this, that, the third, and I'm going to do that. Only kidding myself. How about you? Are you kidding yourself about your New Year's resolutions? Are you telling a story? Are you lying to yourself? I don't like to say lying. I don't like to call nobody a lie. You know, you hear young kids and young people today saying, you're lying. And I hear people even saying that to the parents. You're lying. How do you talk like that to your parent? To us, when we was growing up, that was disrespect. Yes, it was. To even call anybody a lie. And, I'm not going into the Bible to you, but I know that the Bible says in some parts of the Bible, God said, a liar should not even tarry in his sight. Think it over, y'all, while you're saying you liar, you, and people calling people out their name. I always say, the most painful, hurting thing is for a person to call you out of your name. Because this is the littlest number right here. That tongue is sharper than a two-edged sword, y'all. When somebody hurts your feelings, that hurts worse than a slap. Because you know why? The slap is not going to hurt forever. It's going to, that hurt's going to stop. But those words are going to live into your brain, in your very soul, for many, many years. And you can recall, I don't know if you can recall when a person hurts you. Like a lot of women say that their husbands, they're cruel to them. Call them a bee. You lazy bee. You this, you that. Those things hurt. They really do. I'm not saying that it's okay for a husband to hit you because, I've been through that hurt, that pain of being hit. But never went through the pain like you if you inflict pain on someone else, like calling them out of their name, hateful things, you slut, you trumpet, you this, you that, kiss my you know what, things like that hurts forever. If someone say something like that to you, the chances are it's embedded in your very soul and you'll remember it. I'll say you remember it until you're 77. And I'm 77. Y'all, I'm not going to preach. I didn't mean to get up here and act like that. But it's just coming to me to say those things because it's that time of the year. Show some people some love. I got love no longer than yesterday. Stephanie sent me love. My granddaughter gave me love. It's that thing. It's just the nice things. that you also remember. But the painful things is when someone hurts you inside, in here. That's the worst pain right there. And it seems like to me that pain never ever goes away. But, if you can find forgiveness to whoever hurt you, you just, ask God to help you to forgive that person. I see a lot of painful things that's happened on this YouTube's, the YT. A lot of stuff, that's very painful and hurtful. But I'm not going to carry on, y'all. I think I've been up here. I don't see my glasses. Oh, I must have left them in my room. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't see them. What did I do with them? Oh, when I was putting this top on, I took my glasses off. Okay, gotcha. And on that note, I go with love. I'll see you on the next Vlogmas. Vlogmas number 24. You've got one more day to do your shopping. Make the best of it. And until then, I'll see you again soon.